Hey there, I've been wearing and reviewing barefoot shoes for just over a year now, and these are my top most worn barefoot shoes over that period. Now, generally when people say barefoot shoes, they mean shoes with three main features. One is a wide toe box, second is a zero heel to toe drop, and third is a thin and flexible sole. Most of these shoes that I've talked about, I have separate reviews on, so I'll link to them where available. First up, the Slipon. So these are a slip-on from a brand called Feelgrounds. This is the drop top mesh. And this is a super thin and flexible slip-on. As you can see here, super rollable, and it has a very thin sole, which is a plus for a lot of people. Personally, for me, I use this a lot when I'm flying or when I just need a super quick, comfortable slip-on that I can just use for going maybe to the shops. Because of its very thin sole though, I personally don't use it a lot when I know I'm gonna walk super long distances because my feet do start to get beat up once I'm past that, say, 10,000 step mark. But for travel and for quick errands, this is super helpful for me. I find this super helpful for those airports where you need to take your shoes off during security screens. Because of its thin sole, I also wear this to the gym for the minimal lifting that I do. Oh yeah, check out my review of the drop top mesh right here. Second, the white beater sneaker. I have this sneaker from Lems. This is called the Chillum. And these are now firmly in the dirty white sneaker category, as you can see here. And honestly, I don't mind it at all. This is a bit of a go-to for me if I just need a casual white sneaker that goes with anything. I do wish that it was either in an all suede or in all canvas because I'm not really sure how to take care of this now and get it back clean, but I personally don't mind the dirty white sneaker look, so it's okay for me. This comes with a cork insole, which I find super comfortable. Obviously, you can remove it if you want. And for me, it's just the right amount of thickness on the sole. I'm not really sure if I'm able to get this back to the original sparkling white color that it once had, but honestly, I don't mind. Third, the dress shoe. These are dress shoes from a brand called Carrots, and I'm gonna get this out of the way first. These are expensive, and I was very lucky to get these from Facebook Marketplace for a very good price. I think I got this for around 120 Australian dollars. And if you compare that to the retail price here, that is a steal. So I'm not sure if I would even buy this at full price if I had the opportunity. But as you can see here, this is a barefoot style dress shoe that still looks a lot like a normal dress shoe and has no compromise when it comes to the aesthetic. It even comes with a faux heel where if you look at it from from the top or from like eye level, you don't really notice that it's actually a zero drop shoe, and that's a really cool design for me. They have dress shoes in all of these other styles, and if you find yourself needing to wear dress shoes a lot, and if you can justify the investment, I highly recommend Carrots. You can check out a more detailed overview of this shoe as part of this video that I did on dress shoes right here. Okay, number 4, the sandal. So I have these sandals from a brand called Earth Runners, and there's nothing much to say other than this is a super thin, flexible soled sandal which is super lightweight and just squishes like this, so it's very easy to pack. You can just toss it in your backpack or whatever. And it also has this little like copper plug. They say it's for grounding. Now I personally don't believe in that whole grounding thing, but if you're into that, then this is a plus for you. The only downside here is that adjusting this is a bit complicated, especially if you don't do it too often. You don't really build the sort of muscle memory to make these adjustments. Like I had to really look it up on YouTube and figure it out. The other thing is that this sole is very durable. Like it barely has any wear, even though I've worn this quite a bit, which is really impressive. Okay, lastly, I'm going to talk about my most worn shoe period. These are the Primal Pursuits from Lems. And if I had to pack just one shoe with me on a trip, this would be the shoe that I would pack. I've used this for hiking, I've used this for city walks. I brought this on a recent trip to Japan when we were doing 20 to 30,000 steps a day, and my feet held up just fine in these. It is sort of on the thicker side in the barefoot shoe spectrum, and one could argue that this doesn't really qualify because of its thicker stack height, but for me this is perfect for really long walks. I have a review here if you want to check it out. One thing that I wasn't super happy about in that review was the laces and how it just kept getting untied, so I just basically swapped them out with these laces which you don't need to even tie anymore, and they're basically just slip-ons for me now, which are fantastic. This is a perfect all-rounder for me. I've taken these on some pretty challenging trails, and these have just the right amount of grip for the type of hiking that I do. And honestly, I love the look as well. Like, I'm a big fan of these chunkier silhouettes that are sort of back in fashion these days. And I think that these are a great looking shoe which doesn't really compromise on anything. Honestly, I'm kind of sad that it seems like Lems has discontinued this shoe for now and they're coming out with a new model in the future. But if you can still get these in your size, I would highly recommend them. Now those are my top 5 most worn barefoot shoes to date. In terms of what's on a wish list for me, I would love a waterproof shoe or waterproof hiking boot. I do have these hiking boots from Xero that I'll display here. And while they work as a waterproof shoe, they sort of look too technical for me to actually use as an everyday city shoe for work or just for casual use. If you have any recommendations for your favorite waterproof barefoot shoe or boot, let me know. But thanks so much for watching. I will link all of these in the video description where I have links. Some of them are affiliate links, just as an FYI. And let me know down in the comments what you think and if you want me to try any more shoes. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.